Ladies and gentlemen, life teaches you one thing very quickly: real people are rare. And once you see the truth, there's no going back. Fake people drain you. They smile in your face and plot behind your back. They love the version of you that needs help but hate the version that doesn't. They can pretend for a while, but life will expose them. And trust me, the truth always shows. In life, one of the hardest lessons you'll ever learn is that real people are rare. At first, you might believe that the more people you know, the more support you'll have. The louder your circle is, the stronger your foundation is. But time has a brutal way of revealing the truth. Many of the people who surround you are only there for convenience, for benefits, for what you bring to their life, not for who you are deep down. Real loyalty, real understanding, real care. These things are rare because they require character. They require a heart that isn't driven by self-interest. Popularity is loud. It's bright. It feels good for a while. But popularity is also shallow. It's a wave that lifts you when you're winning and abandons you when you're losing, when everything is going right. Fake people will be the first to line up and cheer. But when life humbles you, and it will, you'll look around and realize how many of those voices have disappeared. That's when you realize that peace is more valuable than popularity could ever be. Popularity brings noise, peace brings clarity. Popularity attracts the world's attention, peace strengthens your soul. Valuing your peace means getting comfortable with being misunderstood. It means being okay with fewer invites, smaller crowds, and quieter nights. It's realizing that not everyone deserves access to your energy. It's understanding that some people want to be close to you just to take from you. Real people won't drain you. They'll pour into you. They'll check on you, not because they need something, but because they care. They'll celebrate your success without feeling insecure. They'll stay when it's ugly, not just when it's easy to stand next to you. The world pushes a narrative that you're only valuable if you're seen, if you're celebrated, if you're followed by thousands. But real strength is built when nobody's watching. Real growth happens in the quiet. Real relationships are proven in the hard times. Valuing your peace means walking away from anything that threatens your sense of self, even if it's popular. It means choosing to be genuine over being liked. It means not watering yourself down just to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. At some point, you realize you have time to manage appearances, to keep up with fake conversations, to entertain people who don't have your best interests at heart. You start choosing your peace over their approval. You start choosing your own energy over their attention. That's where the real shift happens. That's where you find out that real people, the ones who stay solid behind closed doors, the ones who don't change when the crowd leaves, are treasures, not trends. And once you find them, you never take them for granted. You guard your peace like it's gold because you finally understanding it's more than any amount of popularity ever could be. Fake people are often exposed when time and success do their work. At first, they may seem like they're on the same page as you, sharing your dreams, supporting your ideas, or even pretending to walk beside you. They'll celebrate your wins when it's easy to do so. They'll hype you up when you're climbing and cheer you on when things are looking good. But time has a way of exposing the truth. It's like a slow burning fuse that eventually reveals who is really there for you and who's just there for the ride. When life gets tough, when the grind becomes relentless, when success starts feeling like an uphill battle rather than a smooth path, that's when you'll see who's real and who's fake. Fake people love to show up when everything is going well. But when the grin becomes real, when the journey gets heavy, when failure becomes a possibility, or when it's no longer just about the fame and fortune, you'll notice the fake ones slipping away. They'll disappear, or worse, they'll start looking for ways to tear you down. That's because their support was conditional. Their loyalty was based on your success, not on you as a person. Success in its trust sense doesn't mean just financial gain or public recognition. It's about growing, evolving, and remaining grounded when everything around you is changing. It's about staying humble through achievements and learning from failures. And in this process, fake people often show their true colors. They'll smile at your success until it makes them uncomfortable. They'll pretend to root for you until your growth outshines theirs. When you start surpassing them, or when you reach a place they can't touch, the mask they've been wearing will start to slip. The person who once called themselves your friend might become distant, or worse, start throwing shade or spreading rumors. The most revealing thing about fake people is their inability to handle your success without seeing it as a threat. Real people, on the other hand, celebrate you because they know there's enough room for everyone to win. They're not intimidated by your light. They want to see it shine even brighter. Success exposes the gaps in relationships. And fake people are first to disappear when they realize they can't keep up, or when they feel like they're no longer the center of attention. It's a painful lesson, but an important one. The people who truly care for you are the ones who support you not just when things are easy, but when things get difficult. They show up when it's not convenient, and they stay even when the applause fades. Time tests relationships, and success tests loyalty. If you've got fake people around you, time and success will expose them. And when that happens, you'll be able to cut the dead weight and move forward, unburdened and stronger for it. Loyalty is one of the most sacred things you can give to someone, but it's also one of the easiest things to misuse. Too often, people mistake loyalty for blind allegiance, thinking that because someone is in your life, you owe them your unwavering support, no matter what. But loyalty in its truest form is not about showing up just when it's easy. It's about standing by someone in the toughest moments, when things are uncertain and when you don't have anything to gain. When someone only shows up when it's convenient for them, when it benefits them. That's not loyalty, that's opportunism. It's easy to be loyal to someone who is at the top of their game, winning and thriving. It feels good to bask in someone's success, to be associated with them when everything is looking perfect. The real test of loyalty, however, comes when things take a turn. When the world starts turning its back on them, when they're no longer the popular one, or when they're in need of help, not just praise. That's when you find out who the real ones are. People who only show up when it's convenient don't understand the essence of loyalty. They're just there for the good times, when you have something to offer. But when you're going through a tough season, when you're facing challenges, or when you're not at your best, these people vanish, leaving you to struggle alone. It's not loyalty. It's transactional. They want something from you, but they don't want to give anything in return when you need it most. Real loyalty doesn't require conditions. It doesn't need a perfect situation to thrive. It's a commitment to stay, to support, and to be here for someone, even when they have nothing to offer in return. True loyalty comes from a place of respect, understanding, and genuine care. It doesn't look at the benefits or what can be gained, but rather at the bond, the trust, and the mutual respect that exists between people. When you're loyal to someone, you're there for them regardless of their situation. And when they're loyal to you, it's the same. Being loyal to someone who only shows up when it's convenient is not only draining, but it also takes away from your energy and time that could be invested in relationships that are real, reciprocal, and based on mutual care. You don't have to waste your loyalty on people who don't understand its value. You owe it to yourself. Surround yourself with people who will be there when it's hard. We will stand with you when the storms come, who will stick around when you have nothing left to give. Loyalty should be earned through actions, not given based on convenience. So don't feel obligated to keep showing up for people who disappear when you need them most. Real loyalty isn't about how many times someone can make an appearance when things are going right. It's about who's by your side when you have nothing to offer, when you're not at your best, when you're struggling. You don't owe loyalty to those who only want it when it's easy. True loyalty comes from those who stand with you no matter what. In life, one of the most important lessons you can learn is to protect your space, your energy, and your vision. These three elements are the foundation of everything you do, and once you understand their value, you begin to see how crucial it is to guard them from anything or anyone that can drain or disrupt them. Your space is more than just the physical environment around you. It's the mental and emotional space that you occupy. It's where your thoughts, ideas, and creativity are born. Too often, we let other people's negativity or chaos infiltrate our space, either because we're afraid of conflict or because we don't realize the damage it does. But when you let negative energy or toxic people take over your space, you allow them to control your mindset. They dictate your mood, your thoughts, and even your actions. Protecting your space means setting boundaries. It means knowing when to say no to people, situations, or demands that threaten your peace. It means taking the time to create a space, both physical and mental, where you can think clearly, and where you can recharge, and where you can just be yourself without the weight of other people's issues hanging over you. Your space is sacred. And if you allow it to be violated, you risk losing the very core of who you are. Your energy is your most precious resource. It's the fuel that powers your ambitions, your creativity, and your relationships. It's what keeps you going when things get tough. And it's what makes you shine when the world needs your light. But energy is also incredibly fragile. It can be drained by toxic people, by negative situations, and by the weight of carrying other people's problems. When you allow others to siphon your energy without giving anything in return, you end up feeling exhausted, burnt out, and disconnected from your own purpose. Protecting your energy means being mindful of what and who you give it to. Not everyone deserves a piece of your energy. Some people will drain you just by being in your presence, while others will nourish you, lift you up, and make you feel like your best self. It's important to recognize the difference and to guard your energy against those who don't respect it. Protecting your energy also means knowing when to take a break, when to step back, and when to focus on things that recharge you, whether that's through self-care, solitude, or positive, uplifting interactions. Your vision is the roadmap of your life. It's your dreams, your goals, and the purpose that drives you forward. But like your energy, your vision can be easily derailed by distractions, doubts, or the opinions of others. People who don't understand your vision may try to pull you off course, discouraging you from pursuing what you truly want. Society expectations, the voices of doubt, and the pressure to conform can make you question whether your vision is even worth pursuing. Protecting your vision means staying focused and committed to your path regardless of the noise around you. It means filtering out distractions and staying true to the goals you've set for yourself, even if no one else sees or supports them. It means believing in your ability to create the life you want, even when others try to impose their own version of success on you. Protecting your vision is about staying resilient and unwavering in the pursuit of what you know down is meant for you. When you protect your space, your energy, and your vision, you start to live a life that is intentional, focused, and aligned with your true purpose. You stop wasting time and energy on things that don't serve you, and you start investing in what really matters. The people who truly support you will respect these boundaries, and they'll help you protect them. The ones who don't, they'll fade away, and that's okay. You'll be left with a clearer mind, more energy, and a stronger sense of purpose. And that's the greatest gift you can give to yourself. Cutting off fake connections is one of the most freeing, yet difficult decisions you can make. For a long time, we tend to hold on to relationships out of a sense of obligation, fear of being alone, or the hope that things will somehow improve. But in reality, holding on to people who are not authentic or genuine only holds you back. Fake connections are draining. They often come with expectations, ulterior motives, or even hidden agendas. These relationships give you little in return. They may not provide support when you need it, or they may only show up when it's convenient for them. The problem is, for too long, we convince ourselves that we must keep these connections alive, even at the expense of our own well-being. There's this silent guilt that comes with letting go of fake people. The fear that you're being unfair, that you're too harsh, or that you're cutting people off too easily. But the truth is, you don't owe anyone anything that compromises your peace or your growth. Fake people are like parasites, draining your energy, time, and emotional resources. They are not interested in mutual growth. They only show up when they need something from you, or when it benefits them in some way. When you cut them off, you're not being cruel. You're simply recognizing that they don't add value to your life. In fact, keeping them around offers you more than it benefits you. Letting go of fake connections doesn't have to be dramatic or confrontational. You don't need to explain yourself or justify your decision to anyone. This is about setting boundaries and choosing yourself over the discomfort of trying to maintain a relation that is based on convenience, rather than authenticity. It's important to recognize just because someone has been in your life for a long time doesn't mean they belong in your future. People grow, evolve, and sometimes they grow apart. Holding on to those who no longer align with your values, goals, or energy is a form of self-sabotage. It keeps you tethered to the past, to people who no longer reflect who you are or who you want to become. Cutting off fake connections isn't about seeking revenge or holding grudges. It's about reclaiming your space and energy for the things and people that truly matter. Real relationships are reciprocal. They provide emotional nourishment, support, and joy. Fake connections do the opposite. They take without giving. When you stop giving your time and energy to people who don't genuinely care about you, you make room for the real ones. Those who appreciate you for who you are, not for what they can take from you. The decision to let go of fake people is also an act of self-love. It's acknowledging that you deserve better than shallow, self-serving relationships. It's about putting your emotional health first and not tolerating toxicity or manipulation in any form. It's realizing that you're worthy of real friendships, real love, and real support. The kind that builds you up, not the kind that drains you. Once you let go of these fake connections, the weight you've been carrying will begin to lift. You'll feel lighter, freer, and more focused on the people who truly matter. And that's when the magic happens. When you stop wasting energy on people who don't have your best interests at heart. Good. You find yourself becoming more aligned with your true self, your true purpose, and the relationships that will help you grow. Cutting off fake people isn't about being harsh. It's about being honest self with protecting your peace. And in the end, there's no guilt or regret in choosing yourself. In a world where social media metrics and the number of followers seem to define success, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that quantity matters more than quality. We measure our worth by the number of people we know, the size of our social circle, or how many likes we get on a post. But real fulfillment in life, and the quantity of your relationships, it comes from the depth and quality of the connections you make. The truth is, having a few close, genuine relationships far having hundreds of shallow ones. We all know that one person who is always surrounded by a crowd. They seem to be the life of every party, always making new friends and always connected to next big thing. But if you pay attention, you'll notice that their relationships lack substance. They don't have anyone they can turn to in their moments of need. Their friendships are transactional, based on status or convenience, rather than true emotional bonds. while they may have a lot of people around them. They often find themselves feeling lonely or unsupported when life gets tough. This is the danger of prioritizing quantity over quality. The more people you to please, the less you have to give the ones who truly matter. Quality relationships are built on trust, understanding, and respect. They don't require you to be someone you're not, nor do they demand that you constantly keep up with others. These relationships are nurturing, supportive, and authentic. You don't need a large people who only show up when it's convenient. Instead, a handful of close friends who will show up during your most difficult times and stand by when the world is against you is far more valuable. The people who can handle your imperfections, challenge you to grow, and celebrate your successes with genuine joy. These are the relationships that truly matter. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on quality relationships is the sense of emotional security they provide. You don't have to filter yourself, pretend to be someone you're not, or keep up with a persona. With quality connections, you can be yourself, flaws and all, and still be accepted and loved for who you are. There's no pressure to impress or maintain an image. You can share your struggles, your dreams, and your fears without judgment. In a world that often feels superficial, these relationships are a rare gift. They create a sense of belonging that no number of social media followers or acquaintances can offer. When you focus on the quality of your relationships, you also invest in your personal growth. The people who truly care about you will hold you accountable, encourage you to reach for your goals, and push you to the best version of yourself. They will not just cheer you on from the sidelines, but will actively participate in your journey. They are the ones who give advice that is rooted in love and understanding, not self-interest. These are the people who challenge you, who help you evolve, and who make you feel supported even in your lowest moments. Quality relationships also bring peace of mind. You won't waste energy trying to figure out where you stand with people or questioning their motives. In genuine connections, trust is built over time, and there's an unspoken understanding that you're there for each other, not because you need something, but because you truly care. This kind of trust is irreplaceable. It allows you to be vulnerable, to open up about your deepest fears, your biggest dreams, and the things that make you who you are without fear of judgment or rejection. So, instead of measuring your worth by how many people you know, focus on cultivating relationships that are real, meaningful, and fulfilling. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, challenge you, and make you feel like you belong. These quality connections will enrich your life far more than any number of shallow acquaintances ever could. The fewer people you have in your circle, but the deeper those relationships go, the more fulfilling and authentic your life will become as you move forward. Remember that it's not about the number of people in your life. It's about the few who truly matter. Focus on nurturing those real, meaningful connections, and don't be afraid to let go ones that no longer serve you. Deserve relationships that bring out the best in you. Challenge you to grow and lift you up when you're down. Your energy, your time, and your love are precious. Don't waste them or anything or anyone that doesn't honor that. In the end, it's the quality of the relationships you build that will shape your life, bring you fulfillment, and carry you through both the highs and the lows. So choose wisely, invest deeply, and always remember that the people who truly matter are the ones who stand by you. Not when it's easy, but when it's real.